Hi, this is Chad Wyatt. I want to show you the new updated version of the RepAgent WordPress plugin, and you can use this plugin to in a number of ways, but the most obvious way is to display reviews on client websites. For example, on this website, I've temporarily, just for the demonstration, I've added reviews using the plugin. Now the plugin is actually running on another website. This site is not in WordPress, but the plugin provides a JavaScript snippet so that you can display live reviews here. So if someone adds a review, it's going to show up within 24 hours, because it only pings these websites once every 24 hours, so you don't get in trouble with too many requests or that type of thing. So you can see one of the latest updates is that it now has Yelp reviews, so you can display reviews from Yelp, also from Google, and the CityGrid network as well. Now the CityGrid network includes places like Judy's Book, Insider Pages, City Search, Menuism, and quite a few more. To check if your business what reviews will actually display from that network, you can go to citysearch.com, find them there, and whatever reviews display there are the reviews that will be included here in the plugin. Okay, so we're displaying reviews, and then finally we can add a review button. So if you want to facilitate reviews on one or more sites, you can use the review button. Here we've enabled Google and Yelp. So the user, as they're visiting, could decide to leave a review on Google or Yelp. Okay, now let's go take a look at the actual settings. So here I have the RepAgent plugin installed. Here's the record I created for Big Air Jumpers. I started by simply adding the phone number of the business. So in most cases that will be enough to grab the City Search or CityGrid reviews. If for some reason that doesn't work, you can actually use a more specific ID number, and I have a video on how to do that. And then we've enabled Google and Yelp as far as the buttons go, and we're pulling reviews from Google and Yelp. All these other sites listed here, reviews are not pulled from here. This is only for the button. So if you enable the button, for example, to display Insider Pages or any of these other sites, they'll be able to link to add a review, but the review won't necessarily show up on their page unless it's a member site of the City Search network. But generally, between Yelp, Google, and the City Search pages, you get most of them. Okay, so I've added the link for Google, the link for Yelp, and if we scroll down, we will see the same reviews as that are on the client website. However, we have a few more options. We can hide specific reviews. So like if it's a bad review, you can hide it from the display, and you can just click the button to hide it. There's a couple other options with minimum star rating. So if you want to have a minimum star rating of 3 stars or whatever, you can select that. Minimum characters, in case like down here there's one that has no comments, it's just a star rating. If you want to hide that automatically, any review that doesn't have any text in it, you can just say minimum characters is 0 or 1 or 5 or something like that. Here's the JavaScript snippets you can add into the client's website. Another amazing thing about this, and it's probably the most powerful feature of this plugin, is you can generate HTML or email reports that go out on a periodic basis automatically to the client or to whoever you want. So I could put the client in here. You could get the name and address or the email address of somebody you're just trying to prospect, and you could start by sending them review reports. And then after they've gotten it for a while, you can approach them. I've had people do this with great success. In fact, I have someone I know fairly well that landed a large chain with using this technique. So they in fact have made quite a bit of money using this plugin that they paid a few dollars for. So You can set things like the email from the review or the subject. You can change the email headers and footers. So if you have some HTML skills, you can get pretty fancy with this using images or whatever you like. Let me show you an example of the email. Okay, so this is a very simple. I just added the H1 tag there, review activity for big air jumpers, and then it summarizes their activity. So one in the past 7 days, past 30 days, and past 365 days. It'll list all the reviews here so they can see what is happening, and then I end with a little closing statement. If you have any questions, you can call or email, and they can just simply reply to this email if they want to. So it's very flexible. You could add images here if you know a little bit about that. So this is definitely probably an overlooked feature, but probably the most valuable feature built into this plugin. Okay, so once you've set up your weekly reports, you can also select different buttons over here on the side. You can use a custom button for the add review button. Down here you'll see that there's additional options for inserting reviews. You don't have to use the JavaScript code up here that's provided. You can actually use a shortcode if the plugin and the client, the reviews that you're displaying are on the same site. So you just copy and paste this into your page, and then there's a summary shortcode which basically says, I'll show you an example of that real quick. Here's an example of the summary shortcode, which just says rating of 4.0 out of 5 based on 74 reviews. Now that leads into another great feature of this, which is the what's called the HReview micro format that sites like Google recognize when they're spidering websites. And let me show you an example. If you do, I have a site entered here, and you'll see this website, their pages actually have these star ratings in their results. So this is another way to really highlight your listing or your client's listing as opposed to someone else's. So when you show up in the search engine results, you're going to have these ratings that show up here, and I can show you a little more about that in the plugin. So in order to take advantage of that, you need to use either the actual shortcodes, or you have to copy and paste the HTML directly into the client side if they're not hosting on your WordPress system or they don't have WordPress. So you can copy and paste the reviews, or simply copy and pasting this summary will also work, and you don't have to keep doing that. But you can copy and paste that onto the various pages of the client's website, and then they should, as Google spiders it, should start seeing those results show up with the star rating in the Google results. And that pretty much covers the plugin. You might find some new uses for it, ways to get clients, and ways to include this in your offline consulting business. So thanks for watching.